I'm Lori and I love books. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I moved finally. Very happy with my new place. Not sure about the lighting or where I'm going to be filming in the future. The idea I had, I'm not sure it's going to work, but we'll figure it out. If you want to see some pictures of the new place, it's over on my Instagram at Lori_loves books. And today I'm going to be talking about the Children's Classics Club book for August, The Celebrated Jumping Frog, and Other Stories by Mark Twain. There will be spoilers because I don't recommend this book to anyone. In fact, I gave it a 1 star on Goodreads. This is a series of short stories. I remembered reading The Celebrated Jumping Frog as maybe in middle school, and I thought it was a very fun, playful story. And when I reread it in this book, it just was very boring. And I was like, well, where was the fun? Where was the playfulness? Am I just like remembering something else and I thought it was this story? I don't know. I do have some notes. And then there was the good stories and the almost good stories. So the best story in the book is the £1,000,000 banknote. It's like a take on Trading Places, the movie, and it was very fun and playful. Kind of had a happy ending. It was kind of, entertaining. He had the £1,000,000 banknote, but he couldn't take it to the bank, but he was able to borrow credit on it, and he basically, if he survived, he'd get a station. And kind of has a little of a twist ending, but it was a cute twist ending. So that was the good story. The almost good stories are Jim Baker's Blue Jay Yarn, which was very funny, but it does have the N word in it to describe the blue jay, and it's like, if it didn't have that word, it would be a great story. It was very fun and playful about a blue jay trying to fill up a hole, and it's not working, and he's asking all the other blue jays, why is this not working? So it was a funny story minus that one word. And then my kitty's coming over. Maybe she'll be more visible on the channel. And the last one was The Man That Corrupted Hadleyburg. It's a story about a man that decides he hates a town, and he's trying to figure out a way to take this town that's really prideful about how honest they are and make them dishonest. And so he gives some money to some people and says, you have to, advertise and figure out the person that basically had loaned him money that he's trying to repay. And it's just, does corrupt the whole town, but it also is kind of an incomplete story because I don't know what the original transgression was, so I can't judge if this was a just result or not. And then one couple didn't get caught trying to steal the money, and they still feel guilty about it, and then they kind of have a little bit of dementia and then pass away. And it's just if you can't tell me what the cause is, then I can't judge whether or not it's a fair punishment. So that was the almost good. And then most of the stories were either very boring or a couple of them were very depressing, and then one almost gave me a headache because it had so many numbers in it. So the boring ones, a fable, it's basically all these animals looking into a mirror and seeing their reflection and not getting that they're all looking at a mirror. I don't really get why that would be so fascinating. The story of the good little boy and the story of the bad little boy are very similar, where the good little boy keeps trying to be good, like in the books, the Bible, or spiritual books and stories of the time, and everything turns out wrong, and the bad little boy does everything wrong and everything turns out right. It's, it's okay, but it's just kind of what's the point? I kept reading because I kept thinking it would get better, and it doesn't. And then the 30,000 bequest was just they thought they were going to inherit some money. This was the one that was about a bunch of numbers that gave me a bit of a headache. And they kept like, okay, if I invest in this and if I invest in that, then I'll get this much money, and then we'll have that much money, and then we can buy this, and and it's just like, I get the concept, but it wasn't a pleasant read at all. Like I said, it almost gave me a headache. And then there's a couple depressing ones. Was It Heaven or Hell is the name of the story, and it's about two aunts that believe lying is the worst thing in the world, and they're living with their niece and her daughter, and the niece is sick, and her daughter admits she told a lie, and so they take the daughter into the sick room, and the mom's like, of course I don't blame you for lying. And so the daughter winds up sick as well, and it turns out that the mom had typhoid, and the aunts basically have to start lying to both of them, telling the daughter that the mom's getting better, telling the mom that the daughter's getting better, and it's very depressing. And then it ends with asking whether these two aunts that pass, if they go to heaven or go to hell because they're telling all these lies. And it was so depressing that I just didn't care at that point. Like, they kind of created their own hell on earth, so what's it matter after they die? Like, it was an unpleasant read. And then the last story, unfortunately, was the worst story, and I'm just like, as an editor, as somebody who's compiling stories for a book, why would you put the most depressing, the just upsetting story at the end of the book? Don't you want to leave people wanting more or enjoying the read? So it was called A Dog's Tale. It's about a little dog who is anthropomorphized. I'm not sure I said that right. But basically, given these human qualities, she's talking, she's the narrator, and she gets adopted, and she's living with this family, and she does all these dog things, but the humans are doing horrible things. The dad of the family hurts her, causing her to injure her leg. And it just gets worse from there. It's very depressing, very triggering. I'm not sure if maybe I'm more sensitive now than I would have been before, but I just, like, they made this dog such a cute personality, and then to have life just be horrid for this cute little puppy, it's just like, and I get that there was a message he was trying to send to society at the time that he wrote it, but it was unpleasant. So I'm really not recommending this book to anyone, and I kind of regret that I had picked it for the Children's Classics Club. And I had also planned on reading more Mark Twain, and after this, I'm not sure I'm going to. It was that unpleasant. So if you've read this and you have a completely different take on it, let me know in the comments. I did pick something that I think will be a much better book for September's Children's Classics Club, and that is Anne of Green Gables. This is a start of a series, and it is Series September, so I'm hoping to read at least this first book. I don't know how many of the books I'll get to read. And so that's what I have for you today. Have you read Anne of Green Gables? Or do you have a series that you love that you just want to recommend to everybody? I would love to know. Like and subscribe if you want to. And until next time, I hope you have a spectacular series September and a lovely time reading. Bye!